2025's Caitlin Clark claims Iowa legend not the only candidate for the WNBA massive success. That's what I always talk about. Women's basketball isn't just suddenly good. It's been good. For the last few years, there's been a dramatic shift in women's basketball and its popularity, and all the fingers point to one person, Caitlin Clark. The Iowa alum is a winner through and through, and she has proved it at every single level. With her collegiate and professional success, CC has inspired the masses to follow in her footsteps. One such young talent is the 19-year-old Silas Swords. Michigan guard Silas Swords has been on fire this season. The freshman took the NCAA by storm and has averaged over 16 PTS and 6 REB a game in her rookie year. Not to mention, she and Olivia have forced the Wolverines to a 6th seed in this year's March Madness. Her closest comparison, Caitlin Clark. Swords has similar physical attributes to the WNBA star, but her offensive brilliance is what conferred her the nickname 2025's Caitlin Clark. In an interview with Whistle, Silas Swords got candid about the success of the league and how the path was paved for her generation. "We're on a great trajectory," the Michigan star said. She praised the recent wave of talent that came from the NCAA, but cast the spotlight onto those that came before. "It's top to look Caitlin Clark right now and Juju Watkins, but the players that have come before to set that stage. You know, Candace Parker and players, big names like that," Swords said, showering the WNBA legends with praise. And it's true. Candace Parker, Cheryl Miller, Lisa Leslie, these are the names that carried women's basketball for decades. Swords pointed out how these stars didn't have a similar level of social media reach or presence compared to current players, but still managed to inspire generations with their game. Swords had a refreshing take to share with the masses. "So I think it's important to not recognize what's the present, but in the past as well, so that the future can also grow the game. After all, talent inspires talent. There'd be no Caitlin Clark without Maya Moore, no LeBron James without Michael Jordan. It is only after players pay respect to the past can they pave the way for the future." For Swords, however, her immediate future is the first round of the daunting NCAA tournament. After a stellar freshman season, all eyes are on her this March. What kind of a push can Michigan make this postseason? How far can Swords take them? What can we expect from Michigan and 2025's Caitlin Clark in March? In a fabulous turn of events, the Michigan Wolverines are back in the NCAA tournament for the 5th year in a row. Their regular season was nothing to write home about, as Swords and her teammates only managed a 11-7 conference record, putting them 5th in the Big Ten. However, there have definitely been standouts for Michigan this year. Michigan's backcourt is nothing to scoff at, with Olivia and Silas Swords carrying the bulk of the team's offense. Both the guards are averaging about 16 points per game, but the spotlight is heavily on Swords. With her game plan likened to Caitlin Clark and her explosive regular season performances, with a season high of 30ths, there are a lot of expectations on her shoulders. So far in her tenure with the Wolverines, Swords has put up a total of 499 points in 31 games. She's shooting it at a high clip, averaging about 35% from deep and a respectable 88% from the line. Not only that, her defensive efforts are a major plus for Michigan, as Swords averages over 6 rebounds and 1 steal per game. Michigan truly has a golden opportunity this year. Even though they are the 6th seed, you cannot truly count out the Wolverines due to the strength of their backcourt. There are definitely chances of seeing some strong upsets from Swords and her squad. The Michigan guard bears a huge burden on her shoulders. It's not easy to live up to such heavy expectations. However, with the NCAA tournament on the horizon, her mettle will be tested. Swords has proven she can perform at the big stage during the 2024 Olympics, but March Madness is a completely different beast. It will be interesting to see how March pans out for the young talent and whether she can force her team into a deep playoff situation or not.